Over to your mat. We're going to start cross-legged, sitting down today. Nice and comfortable to start. Take your hands to your shins and let's go ahead and start to make a big J shape with our spine, looking all the way up. Inhaling at the top, and on that exhale breath, let's go ahead and round through the back of the t-shirt, pulling on those shins to give yourself a bit of an extra stretch here. Nice. Rock forward. Eye gaze goes up, looking at the ceiling, making a big shape in the back of that spine, and then allowing it to fold the other way, maybe rocking back onto your sit bones, or off your sit bones, I should say. Good, rolling back onto them, sitting up nice and tall to take it back the other way. Maybe getting a little bit bigger in these shapes each time you move in each direction as you warm up through the spine. Cycling the breath straight away this morning. Nice. Just here for another 5 seconds. In 3, 2, meet me looking at your belly button. 1. From here, we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and dip our forehead down towards the mat, making the biggest ball that you can with your body. And then start to lift your eye gaze up, stretching the spine nice and tall, looking up to the ceiling. Another one just like this, chin to chest. Let's roll all the way down like we were doing a forward fold from standing, making as many ripples through the front of your t-shirt, and then allow your eye gaze to start to lift, extending through the spine, and then looking up. One more just like that. Chin to chest, roll all the way down. Eyes to belly button, and then shift the gaze, look all the way up. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go ahead and work through some side bends. So let's go ahead, take our left hand down to the mat, reach up and over with the right hand. Beautiful. And then on the exhale breath, lift up and over to the other side. Nice. Working through this at a pace that feels good in your body today. Being mindful that while we work through these side bends, both glutes are planted on the mat. So really think about gluing that glute down and reaching to the edge of your mat to get a nice big stretch down the side body. Beautiful. 5 more seconds, just like this. Good. The next time you come over to the left, let's hold it there. Can we twist and place our right hand down onto the mat? And let's go ahead and lift our right butt cheek off the mat now. It's a press into the mat, and then we're going to shoot up and over to the other side, lifting the butt cheek off, lowering your chest down to the mat. It's an up and over. Start to really speed it up if you can, using the exhale to press into the mat. Nice work, team. Just going to be here for another 5 seconds. For 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're going to swivel around to get started today. We're going to lay down on our back, coming all the way down onto your back. Let's go ahead and float both feet to tabletop, stacking our knees over our hips here if we can. Our lower back is heavy, it's pressed into the mat. If you need to bring your knees a little bit further into your chest to achieve that low back being pressed into the mat, then you can do so. Our palms are going to be facing up. Let's go ahead and circle our arms all the way up overhead, hovering our arms off the floor the whole time. Nice work. 2 more like this. And if you'd like to add on, each time those hands come down to the hips, can you lift your chest off the mat? Good. Maybe tap your fingers behind your legs. Nice. And then take it out wide, circle arms all the way up overhead. Beautiful. Another one just like that, lifting the chest all the way up, maybe tapping the fingers if you can, and then lay all the way back down, reach overhead. That's the move, team. Trying to lift that chest a little bit higher off the mat each time. Using that exhale breath to get that last little bit of lift off. Nice. If you'd like to add on, when those arms wave overhead, can you take one leg long to the edge of the mat? Beautiful. Bring it back to tabletop to lift your chest off the mat, tap the fingers, and then alternate which leg goes long. Beautiful. It's a lift and reach, tapping those fingers behind your legs, and then extending the leg as the arms go up overhead. Really using that exhale to lift off the mat, inhale to sweep above. Just another 5 seconds here. For 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and bring both feet back to tabletop. Beautiful. From here, maybe you would like to interlace your fingers behind your neck. Can we go ahead and send both legs long to the edge of the mat? Good. Bend the knees back into tabletop. It's an inhale to send them long, and exhale to bring them back to tabletop. Beautiful. The lower you take those legs down to the mat, the more you'll feel that through your core. The higher you point those toes to the ceiling, the easier it should feel in your core. Beautiful work, team. 2 more like this. The next time those legs go long, let's hold them there. Can you lift and lower both of the legs here? Just for 5 seconds. For 3, 2, 1. Oh, cuddle those knees all the way in. Release through that lower back. Nice work. Ooh, take a nice big inhale through your nose and exhaling to empty all that air out of those lungs through pursed lips like you are blowing through a straw. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and move on. We are going to come all the way down onto our left-hand side. Let me just make sure that that is correct. Yes, it is. It's down on our left-hand side to start. Both knees are bent. We're going to work through some rib flares to start. So let's go ahead and allow your ribs to flare down towards the mat. Your hip has rotated and rocked up towards your ribs. Let's go ahead and push your hip back down, lifting the side waist away from the mat underneath you. Good. Another one like that. Yeah, really closing this connection from the rib to the hip. And then we're going to push it away, making a nice gap. Another one just like this. On the next one, let's go ahead and as we press into that forearm, can we go ahead and lift both hips off the mat and then lower them all the way back down? Beautiful. No flaring anymore. Let's just hold it here and we'll just go for these hip lifts off the mat. Beautiful. You may want to play around with your position today. My feet are in line with my glutes down the back of the mat. So just have a little squeeze back there and make sure that yours are doing the same. And then lifting and lowering those hips. If this is feeling good in your body today and you'd like to add straight on, let's go ahead and float that arm to the ceiling. As you can see, I'm looking down to the mat as I work through these. You can definitely look forward, but I find that looking down to the mat releases through my neck. I don't hold so much tension. So if you're holding tension in your neck as you work through these, go ahead and look down towards your hand. Beautiful. Another add-on if you'd like to take it, sending that top leg long, working through these side planks with a single long leg. Really pressing into that elbow and forearm to lift the hips nice and high, and then slowly melting back down to the mat. Beautiful. It's an exhale to lift, an inhale to lower. Five more seconds like this. If you'd like to add both legs long, you can absolutely do so and continue working through this. The next time those hips go high, let's go ahead and hold it there. Can you give me a little pulse and then come all the way down? Good. It's a press into the forearm. Lift the hips nice and high. It's a little pulse and then lower all the way down. Good. Work through this for me at a pace that suits you today. Whew. Firing up in that shoulder. Good. The next time we lift up nice and high, let's hold it here. Let's pulse it out. Just for 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Don't go anywhere. I know it's burning. We're going to lower and lift that top arm. We're waving the arm down to our shoulder and lifting it back to the ceiling. 5 more seconds here, team. For 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way down. Sit yourself up, give that shoulder a quick roll out, and then we'll lay all the way back down onto that same side. We're going to go ahead and change our body position slightly. Let's tuck our underarm underneath us and reach around and grab onto our right shoulder. Our right palm is down on the mat in front of us. And let's go ahead and press it into that palm to lift our chest off the mat. Nice. Lower all the way back down. Then inhale to prepare. And on that exhale, press into that palm to lift. And then lower all the way back down. Beautiful. Continue working this at a pace that feels good in your body today. Really pulling on this arm, on this hand, that's holding onto this shoulder to help lift you up. Give it a try. It should feel better in your body. Five more seconds like this, and I'll get you to meet me at the top. The next time you press, let's hold it there. Good. Can you give me a little lower and lift? Good. It's just a little top end pulse here. Lowering and lifting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way back down to the mat. Last little position change here. We're still in the side lie, but we've changed our hand position. Both palms are now down flat on the mat. Our index finger and thumbs have made a diamond on the mat. Let's go ahead and lower our forehead into that diamond that we've just made. And then press through both palms to lift up. Good. Let's go ahead and lower back down. It's a press through both of those palms to lift all the way up and then lower all the way back down. Good. Maybe lift all the way up off of those elbows this time if you can. Or if that's enough for you today, then that's enough for you today. Beautiful. Using that exhale to press into those palms and inhaling to return back down to the mat. Five more seconds. Give me another one. Meet me at the top. Hold it there like we did before. It's a tiny little top end pulse. Lowering that chest slightly and then lifting it back up. 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way back down. Nice work, guys. Let's go ahead and move on We're going to roll over onto our back now. We're going to find ourselves in a frog position. So soles of the feet together, laying all the way down onto your back. Maybe close down your eyes here and have a little sleep. No, I'm just kidding. From here, we're going to take our hands a little bit wider than we would usually. And then we're going to press our soles of our feet together. Rock your pubic bone back towards your belly button and start to peel your waistband off the mat. Good. Inhale at the top, and on the exhale breath, slowly melt your spine back down onto that mat, relaxing at the bottom. Good. Your low back should be lifted while we are resting here. And then as we start to rock your pubic bone back towards the belly button, you should close that gap. It's like you're pressing your low back down into the mat to lift all the way up. Good. Big lift at the top. And then on that exhale breath, slowly melt back down onto the mat. Beautiful. This is your move. This is where we'll leave it for now. So just move through this at a pace that works for you today. Trying to lift those hips up higher each rep. Maybe giving those glutes a little squeeze at the top to just get that last little bit of juice out of it. And then lower all the way back down. Beautiful work, team. 10 more seconds here, just like this. Good. The next time you lift those hips up nice and high, let's hold it there. Let's go ahead and drop our hips down slightly to lift them straight back up. It's a drop. So relax through the glutes to drop and then squeeze them together to lift them nice and high. It's a drop and a lift. Using that inhale to drop, exhale to press. 5 more seconds here. For 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way up. Hold it there. Can you give me tiny little pulses? Squeezing those glutes together to lift those hips up any higher for another 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way back down. Nice work, team. Let's go ahead and take our feet a little bit wider on the mat than we would usually and allow both knees to fall over to one side to release through that lower back. Eye gaze goes in the opposite direction if you'd like a little bit more. Beautiful. And let's lift those knees up and over to the other side. Again, eye gaze looking in the other direction if you'd like a little bit more of a stretch here. Beautiful work. We're going to stay right here, but we're going to take our feet a little bit further away from us. And let's go ahead and glue our feet together. Feet together, knees together, inner thighs connected the whole time. Let's go ahead and press into those hands that are on the mat to lift those hips up nice and high and lower them back down. Good. Range will be reduced in this setup because those feet are a little bit further away here. You should feel this deep in your hamstring. Two more just like this. Can you lift those hips up any higher once you reach the top? Good. The next time we lift up, let's hold it at the top. Good. Can you take your knees out wide, bring them back together, and then lower all the way back down? It's one lift, one flare through the knees, rolling onto the outside of the foot, pinning them back together and lowering all the way down. As you open through those knees, can you think about keeping those hips lifted the whole time? Good. 5 more seconds here. The next time you lift those hips all the way up, let's go ahead and hold it at the top. It's an open and a snap close with those legs. Using that exhale to glue them back together. Here for another 5, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze them together and lower all the way down. Let's go ahead and take both feet up to the ceiling to release through the back of the legs. Maybe flexing and pointing your feet. Beautiful. When we're ready, we're going to come all the way up onto our right side to work through this side plank work on the other side. So when we're ready, coming all the way down onto our right elbow, both knees bent, feet are in line with your glutes down the back of the mat. And let's go ahead and flare our rib down to that mat. Good. Push the hip away, open that space between the rib and hip to lift up, and then flare back down. Good. Using that exhale breath to press that hip away and find that side plank. Good. The next time that hip gets pressed away, can we go ahead and float the hips off the mat? Good, and lower back down. Good, lose the flare now. Let's just lift and lower these hips off the mat. Really thinking about lifting up through this side waist. You should feel that in your obliques to lift and then lower back down. Again, like we did on the other side, if you'd like to advance, that hand goes straight up to the ceiling. For those that have tension in the neck, let's look down to that mat the whole time. Beautiful. 5 more seconds just like this. Good. If you'd like to add on, that top leg goes long. Top leg goes long and we'll continue to lift and lower into this side plank. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Nice. If you did it on the other side, now is the time for you to come into that full plank. Maybe a split stance to start. And if you'd like, you can come to a full stack, lifting and lowering those hips all the way off the mat. Good. Let's add a little pulse at the top now. Each time those hips go high, can you pulse them up for 1 little rep and lower back down? Good. It's a lift and a pulse to lower back down. Whew. Burning up. On the next one, let's go ahead and lift it high, hold it here. It's top end pulses. Lifting and lowering those hips. Maybe you need to come down back onto that knee. That's fine. Holding it here for another 3, 2, 1. Don't go anywhere. We're going to work through these arm waves now, lowering that arm in line with the shoulder to lift it back up to the ceiling. Use that breath. We're on the home stretch here. For 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Come off that shoulder. Give it a nice big circle. Nice work, team. We're going to come all the way up to standing now for our finisher. We're going to be in a sumo squat position. Legs nice and wide. Toes pointing to the outsides of the room. Let's take our hands to the hips to start. It's just a sumo squat and then stand nice and tall. Sitting the hips down and driving through the heels to stand up nice and tall. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to press. Beautiful. If you'd like to add on, let's go ahead and take those arms out to the letter T each time you find that squat. Five more seconds, just like this. Good. The next time you find yourself in that sumo squat, let's hold it there. From here, we're going to hinge our weight forward, stretching through our knee to find ourselves in a flat back. Drop the hips down, chest proud, stand up nice and tall. Let me show you the same thing on the side now. It's a squat down. We're going to hinge at the hip, stretch the leg, find yourself in a flat back. Drop the hips back down, chest proud, stand up nice and tall. Good, that's the move. Keep on working through this at a pace that feels good in your body today. Cycling the breath the whole time here. A little add-on if you'd like to take it, meet me in flat back. Good. Can you sweep all the way down, finding yourself in a forward fold, maybe grabbing onto your feet if it's available to you. Good. Finding yourself back in that flat back, sit the hips down and then stand all the way up. Good. That's the move now. Let's see if we can flow this out. Good. Moving here as quickly or as slowly as you like. Maybe eye gaze goes to belly this time as you forward fold. Back to that flat back, sit the hips, stand up. Nice work. Last one, just like this. Good. Come all the way down into that sumo squat. Let's go ahead and raise that left heel. It's a little pulse with the left heel lifted now. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Just to go ahead and lift the right heel. Working through these pulses with one heel lifted. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Plant it down. Don't go anywhere. Can we lift and lower both heels now? We have got literally 2 minutes of class left. You've got it in you. Give me 3 more. Meet me up on the 3rd. This is the last one. Hold it there. It's a static hold, or if you can pulse it out, let's bend and extend those legs. Whew. Nice work. For another 3, 2, 1. Standing all the way up. Run it out. Nice work. That was amazing. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a nice cool down stretch today. It's a big inhale to circle those hands all the way up overhead. Interlace those fingers at the top and look up. Inhale at the top. On the exhale, let's dive those hands down to our feet. And roll all the way up. Another one just like that. It's an inhale to circle all the way up overhead. Press those palms up to the ceiling. Maybe reaching back a little bit further this time to get a nice arch in the back. And then dive those hands forward and let go of those hands at the bottom. Beautiful. From here, we're going to grab the back of our legs and we're going to pull on them, making a big round through the back of the t-shirt. Think about pressing your spine into the back of your t-shirt to make a big round through that spine. Inhale here, and on the exhale, let go of those legs and roll yourself all the way up. We have got one more just like that. It's a big inhale to circle all the way up overhead. Interlace the fingers at the top and look back. Dive those hands down to the floor, finding yourself in your last forward fold of the day. Beautiful. This time I'd like for you to take your hands to the front of your legs and press your torso away from you to find yourself in a flat back. Good, maybe there's a soft bend in your knee for you to be able to do this. And then melt all the way back down to find yourself in that forward fold. And slowly return to standing. Beautiful work, team. Another day done. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining me today. It was a pleasure. I cannot believe that we're in the final week of the challenge. I'm sure you can't either. But look, any questions, comments, or feedback, please don't be afraid to reach out to me. And for those that are on the call, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.